I'm going to try and make a video, but my camera might get hot. It's the heat index right now here in north central Texas, you can see the sign too, is 115. That's what we do. You know? It's been in the hundreds and so for I don't know how long now, but we're going to have storms coming tomorrow. But anyway, I want to do a video about people in the narcissistic, how does it go? Narcissistic abuse survivors community. Now that is what some call it. I'm going to have to reduce that in the title. But it's about that. It's not just on YouTube, but it's about ones who make videos, maybe not, but and about what they do with one another. Okay, and I stopped in the shade both times. But anyway, it's going to be choppy, as usual. But yeah, what I'm talking about in this one is I have seen this. I have been doing YouTube videos. Well, on my original channel, it was 5 years ago. I started just the other day. And, but it wasn't on the topic about narcissistic abuse. Not at first. But, this one, yeah, I think about 3.5, 4 years. And I have seen this. I have seen problems in community since day one, okay, I think. Or shortly after, in various communities, you know, different ones having fights or just individuals having fights with other individuals. And as far as narcissistic abuse community, survivors community, I have seen a lot of people call the other YouTuber, you know, the other one who's doing a narcissist. That's their favorite. But they'll also use the cluster, you know, just say cluster B or borderline or, you know, histrionic or psychopath or antisocial, whatever, you know, sociopath. They throw it out like as if they are diagnosing them. I do not see LPC behind their names. None of them. None of them are counselors. Okay, but they're diagnosing. You don't hear them say they have behaviors of. They just flat out state this person's a narcissist. Okay, but I think many of us already know that far too often it's more about getting views, especially around this time in the summer. During the summer, during the holidays, yeah, views start to go down, so the people start doing more. And I've done videos about that. I did a video the other day and I wound up deleting it. It was about, you know, the e-beggars, the scammers, the con artists, and so forth. And yeah, you know, especially all of that, but also this part. I've done videos before about how they find this, you know, that kind of situation, and they really want the views, and because they usually are advertising for their business or taking donations, or, you know, saying if you don't support this channel, I can't keep going on, and I need to buy this equipment, and yeah. So, okay, and one of the ways they do it is to start an argument with somebody, usually one of their friends, or, you know, you might not even know that they're friends. And, I mean, it can get really bad. Seriously bad. I mean, what is that saying to people who are coming online, trying to find someone they can talk to, you know, or listen to? I mean, you know, that really truly understands, you know, that people are suffering from this type of abuse. Instead, what they see is abuse. People threatening one another, trying to dox one another, trying to swat one another, that's just downright ridiculous, seriously. So too many of them, it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, you know. They get more views and more supporters, and that I mean financial supporters. But sometimes it's like one of them isn't saying they're a life coach in here, you know, I'll, you know, join whatever web page and we can do life coaching for you, or I can do life coaching, you know, this stuff. Or selling books, or selling, you know, merch, as they call it, coffee cups and whatever, shirts, and, you know, or they're not, they don't have, you know, the other side doesn't have a PayPal up. In no way, shape, form, or fashion do you see any way that they're trying to make some money. Okay, they might be monetized their channel, mine's not, but they, you know, they're not. But the other side has all that and then some, you know, or some of it, or yeah, you get it, they're trying to make money. And in all of this, shall we talk about gaslighting? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's going to be the gaslighting. There's going to be smear campaigns, blaming the victim, just flat out abuse, threats, bullying, on and on. It's going to be the projection. And then they're acting, at least, I mean, it could be real. You know, like this is all real, and you never hear it that it wasn't. Okay, seriously. Actually, I think I saw one of them. Yeah, it was one of them that it was exposed, and it had gone on for months, and it was exposed as it was all a scam. They were trying to make money, and they did. It was a bunch of them, not just one, not just two. Well, of course not one, but yeah, more than one. And a lot of people were involved, and some became flying monkeys that did not know that that's all it was a scam. And that it was going to be choppy. It's choppier than usual. But yeah, these things were scammed. These, they were having fights with this one. They were calling this one a narcissist, and the other ones were saying they're narcissist, and yeah, on and on, like they should be diagnosing, but they shouldn't be. And it was a scam. I mean, and it's not the first one. I've heard, 5 years I've seen. And you all of a sudden they become nice to one another. What I said is that, after it runs its course, and they're not getting so many views because people are tired of it. All of a sudden, those two, say it's two people, they make up with one another. They befriend one another again. They're all happy with one another again, until next year, until the next season, when they start losing views again, and it starts all over. Lather, rinse, repeat. Yeah, and I'm serious. I'm so sick of them, because some of them get down and dirty, and when they're supposed to be promoting, healing, basically, awareness and healing. Basically, is what it should, in my view. I could be wrong, but no. Instead they're showing abuse, verbal, emotional, and even socioeconomic abuse, and they're also just, acting as though it's okay to do things like dox people, which means, they give out personal information, and people can come to your house. And I've heard this on another community. It kept happening. It was pretty bad for someone, and more than one. And that so totally takes away from what this kind of channel would be, in my view. I mean, I don't know why anybody would think otherwise, seriously. And also, things like men ganging up on women. I don't know. When I was a child, that's one of the first things we heard that boys were taught to, you don't threaten girls, you don't, mistreat girls, especially don't hit a girl. Yeah, nope. But yeah, we girls, we didn't, take advantage of it. And, like these days, some guys try to say that the woman's trying to take advantage of it. That, the males shouldn't hit females, this kind of thing. And also what we would, way back then we were calling them, is that the guys who would be rude to girls or somehow abusive, bullying and all that, these were wimps. Okay, these were the ones who couldn't fight, and that were picked on maybe by other boys, other males, and they couldn't take up for themselves. So they took their anger out on the girls, okay, the females. And we just call them wimps. And these days I'll call them narcissistic. Narcissistic wimps. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I also see, men against men and women against women in this, narcissistic abuse survivors community, going at it, the whole scam thing, the whole game, and they might gang up. One might gang up on a whole bunch, or I mean, I said that backwards. The whole bunch might gang up on the one. It's just disgusting to me to see this. Are you adults? Really? Now, here it is. It kind of begs a question, doesn't it? You hear a lot of people say about how, people who are actual narcissists, they are stuck in an earlier stage in life. I don't know if that would be across the board or not, I wouldn't think so, like one size fits all. But when people are acting like immature to do something like that, and bullying and all that, it does beg the question, doesn't it? But now to go back a little bit, the part I mentioned about, one might not be monetized or anything. Maybe they're trying to become monetized. Maybe they're trying to get to a point where they can sell books and merch and be a life coach suddenly. All that. I've been doing this for how many years did I say? And you've never seen my PayPal because I don't have one. Actually, I think I had a PayPal when they first started having PayPal, and I did not like it. And that was it. Didn't use it since then. That was, 15 years ago maybe? Somewhere around there. I don't even know if it still exists. But although I get emails every once in a while. I don't trust emails from any company anyway, but that's another story. But no, yeah, my channel's not monetized. I'm not selling any books. I'm not a life coach or I think the reason I'm saying this is because I do think that the people who are really in it to help people, some of them, not all of them, they don't do this. They're not here to buy. They're not here to get you to buy something. Like their BS. Okay, really. And, they're not trying to become that. They're not trying to get people to tell them, hey, yes, you should be a life coach. You make a lot of money. Like one of them was, she was only on there, she'd only had her channel like, I don't know how long, it was like really short period of time, not even a month maybe. And all of a sudden she was going to be a life coach because her audience told her that. Oh my goodness. But anyway, the ones I think that are really in it for a good reason, they're like volunteers practically, are the ones who don't have all that. No PayPal, no plus. And like me. So you've never heard, I've always said I am not a life coach. I have no plan on being a life coach. And I don't sell any merch. I don't, I don't have there's another thing. Have you ever seen a link you can follow to email me or to email or to Twitter or to Facebook or whatever else, LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as a mental health professional. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I don't even have the password to it, but no, not anymore. But yeah, I'm not any of those, and I don't have any plans to be that. I shouldn't say it. You never know what might happen, but no. Okay, no. And I think those are the ones who are more honest. They don't have anything. Now, there are some people who do the whole gossiping behind people's back, that kind of thing. So money isn't the only thing that some people want. It's power, control. Some just like to gossip, male or female. So don't think it's just female. They like the attention that brings to them, that people are listening to them, and that they're the ones who have the scoop. So many reasons people can do that. But some people, believe it or not, there are actually some good people out there. Yeah. There are actually some good. And the other day I was telling Adam about this, and I said, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody, except for there were a few of us, a few years ago, people went their own way, as in doing different types of videos, that none of us did. None of us had any of those PayPals and all that. And, we were doing it for good reason. And I told him the other day that, I wanted to see, and I went and looked one after another. I could not find anybody who was doing videos on narcissism, narcissistic behaviors and all that. Not one of them that did, not one of them that wasn't selling something. Boy, that's a double negative, isn't it? But yeah, they all had their merch, their whatever it was, that they're going to make money. Okay, but they, yeah. And one of these men was a man. His channel, I've never watched before. I heard gossip about him. Why did he, how did it happen? He just started up, and all of a sudden, he's got so many subscribers. He must have, what do they call it? Paid for subscribers and paid for views, and he must, he must be a narcissist. Now, I've thought that, and I've questioned it before. But anyway, not about him, but several, many. Anyway, And the title to it was basically leading to be able to say that about everybody else, okay, or most of them. And he starts his video off, and it's about how to give him money. Oh, then his video is basically about how they try to con you out of money, scam you out of money, get you out of money somehow. A pot calling kettle, yeah. Okay, I had to go through some rush hour traffic. So, anyway, I don't know where I was, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have seen this. People have know this. But yeah, I would say the person who's not monetized and has been doing videos, say at least 6 months, maybe a year or more, I'd see them more as more legit. They don't have all the merch and the PayPal and all that donations and all that stuff. Yeah, I would see them as people who are really thinking about other people and want to, they might just be wanting to tell their own story, and others can glean something from it. Like I did a video recently about this on my other channel. People can learn. I wouldn't take anybody's whatever they say is advice, counseling to replace it. None of that. No. No. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I should. If you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, click the circle icon. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would. And I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.